Hey guys, welcome back to our next video. So in the last one, I did say that what we were going to do is add more style, and we will. But I realized what I haven't done yet is added a cost to workers. So we'll do this in a few steps as well. This won't take long. So what we want to do is we want to add another variable here to say what the cost of a worker is. And we may add more of these as we go along. So it could be hire a worker, then it could be leveling up. If you remember, we spoke about that in video 1. So I'm going to say cost, oops, I should my spaces, cost of worker equals 10. So I'm going to say £10 to hire a worker. So now in the HTML side, I want to display the fact that that cost is going to cost me, let's say £10. So here where we have hire worker on our button here, let's stretch this out so we can see it a bit better. Where we say hire a worker, we're going to add another span tag here. And I'm going to give this one an ID of, I'm going to abbreviate here. I'm going to say cost of worker, so cow. And let's start by just putting down 10 there. And just outside of that, I'm going to put a pound symbol. So now we have our cost there. And when we hire a worker, we only want to be able to hire a worker if we have enough workers. Now, if you remember when we first looked at Cookie Clicker, we saw that the cost of a worker, or in this case a cursor, would go up once we've purchased one. So for example, here I've got 161 cookies. The cost of a cursor is 23 cookies. If I click on it, the cost has now gone up. Okay, and if I do it again, the cost goes up again. So I want to emulate something similar in our game. So I'm going to make changes now to the way we hire an employee. So don't forget, we've got this new variable here that says cost of worker. Let me copy that. And if we scroll down to where we have hire worker, we only want these things to happen here if we have enough money. So we're going to add an if statement here. We're going to say if, we're going to say if money is more than, more than equal to cost of worker, then we'll open our curly brackets and we're going to put these things inside, including that line there as well. So we'll stick that inside there, and let's just nest things a little nicer. So let's take this and that, and that looks a bit neater. Okay, so now we're saying if money is more than the cost of workers, then we can say workers equals workers plus 1. And we can also reduce the reduce money by cost of workers. So we can say money equals money minus the cost of worker. Let's try that out. So if we scroll to the top, let's give ourselves 200 donuts to begin with. And once that's reloaded, we'll just hit 1. So it refreshes and we can see that now we have 201. If we sell our donuts, we've got £20. And if we hire a worker, we can see workers has gone up by 1, but money hasn't changed. It has changed actually. So if I hire another one, you'll see that I've now got 2. If I go to hire a third, I can't, but money here hasn't changed. That's not a problem. So we can easily change that. In fact, we should have a line where we have here. So if money, blah, 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 blah. If we look at that one there, where's our closing bracket for this one? Here. So that means that underneath here, we'll just copy and paste this. I've got it here somewhere, haven't I? Amount of money. Why write it out all again? So we'll just stick that there. Okay, so let's try that one more time. It's reloaded. So I've got 201 donuts. If I sell my donuts, I've now got 0 workers. I've got £20. If I hire a worker, workers has gone up by 1. Money has been reduced by 10. If I do the same again, that's working. Cool. So that's working, and I can't hire anymore, which is fine. But now what I want to do is I want to add some messages into this so that once I've hired an employee, just like in the example, we'll have some kind of a pop-up for a toast to appear. And if we don't have enough money, we want another pop-up to appear to say that we don't have enough money to buy more workers. Sorry, not buy workers, they're not slaves, to hire workers. Actually, what I haven't done yet is, even though our money went up, what we didn't do was increase the cost. So now what I'll do is, if we go back to here, every time we do hire a worker, we want the cost to go up a bit. So each time we hire an employee, we want the cost of hiring employees to go up a bit. So I'm going to borrow this variable here, cost of worker. So we will say cost of worker equals cost of worker, and I'll increase it by 15%. So I'll say 1.15. Now, if I do that, that's all well and good. We're going to have a small problem. You'll see in just a moment that this will start going up in lots of decimal places. Let's give that a go. So again, we'll fry a donut. We'll sell some donuts. And when we buy an employee, it's because I'm not updating it. So I'm not updating it here. So I'm going to need to, in the same way I do this, where we update our workers. Yeah, so we're going to copy that. Did I copy that? Let's copy that line. And we'll just, if you remember, the acronym we had was COW for cost of worker. And then what we'll do is we'll copy the variable cost of worker to here. Whoops. So now when this reloads again, it's reloaded. Let's fry some donuts. Let's sell some donuts. And when we click on that, you can see that the price is increased. That's fine. But it's not that again. Why not? Oh, because I need to have £11. So let's sell some more donuts. I need 50p more. Quick. So now I've got 12. I can do it again. But now you can see what's happened is our decimal places has gone up by quite a bit. Okay, so we don't want that. So we're going to round it. So now what we'll do is we'll go back to here where we've changed the cost of worker, and we're going to use the round function in JavaScript to help us solve that problem. So again, we'll say now cost of worker. So we've increased the cost by 15%. And now what we're going to say is math.round. And again, we'll say cost of worker, cost of worker, and we'll times by 100, and then we'll divide by 100, and effectively this will round it for us. So let's try that one more time. To make this easy for us, let's give ourselves 300 donuts to begin with. So we'll do that. We've got now 300 donuts. Let's sell some donuts, and every time we hire, now we're not seeing the same thing. We're now rounding to only 2 decimal places. Let's do that again. Oh, do I not have enough yet? No. There we go. But now you can see the same thing is happening here. So our money is now, it needs to be rounded here as well. So we'll do exactly the same thing. So where we say money here, we'll say money equals money minus cost of worker. And let's just add that. I mean, I could add it on a separate line, but I could just add it in the same line here. So I could say math.round, and we're going to take that. And so we're going to take that. In fact, you know what? BODMAS, which way does it go? Minus before. So I need to multiply. Multiplication happens first. So what we'll do is we'll put that in brackets as well. So we'll do a second bracket there. Oops. And here we will say multiply by 100, and then we'll divide by 100. So that should effectively work for us. Again, let's give ourselves more donuts. Let's do 500. There we go. So let's sell our donuts, and now there we go. Everything is now only rounded to 2 decimal places, which works perfect for us. Okay, so that's this video. In our next video, what we'll look at is adding some toasts.